Hello and welcome to the British Wheelchair Basketball National League Premier Division Final live on BBC Sport. My name's David Waldridge. Thank you for joining us for what is going to be a landmark final between two sides who have dominated their leagues. CWBA taking on London Titans live from the London Sportstock Arena. And earlier today I caught up with coaches from both our sides. I'm here with Coach Seeley. Here we are then, finals day. What an achievement for your Titans side.
Definitely, we've been working hard this season. We've had some ups and downs, but managed to pull the results that we needed out of the bag to get us to where we are today.
And Titans just full of depth in that side, and a big win yesterday, 60-46. How is the dressing room feeling heading into this?
We're confident. We're ready to go. You know, we've had some, as I said, we had some ups and downs during the season where we lost some players for certain fixtures, which I think cost us a little bit. But you know, when we regroup and we're at full strength, I think we really have a full depth of weapons. It's impressive. I'm really looking forward to today.
Well, a big game this afternoon, Coach Seeley. A massive good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
I'm here with Coach Hope ahead of a landmark final for CWBA, a dominating performance in the semi-final, 95-70. How are you feeling ahead of the final itself?
Yeah, not bad. I think, yesterday was I was very impressed with the players against a very, very talented Steelers team. I think today might bring a different challenge. Yeah, we'll kind of have to see if we get that sort of room to shoot the ball, or what else we can do off those offensive sets, really. So yeah, it should be an interesting game.
And that's something we see from your side. Everyone seems to work for each other in some cases and move forward and back and cover the court together.
Yeah, well, I mean that's basketball. You know, you've all got to be able to defend, and you know you've got specific offensive threats. But I think that's where other teams may fear us a little bit, because we can kind of score all over the floor, and I think that's the understanding of the players over who wants the ball where, and where the defense allows us to go. Yeah, it's a good understanding of that. So yeah.
Well, Coach Hope, thank you for your time and good luck.
You're welcome. Thank you. Cheers.
Well, we heard from both Coach Hope and Seeley there of CWBA and London Titans respectively. Thank you so much for joining us live on BBC Sport. My name's David Waldridge, your commentator. To guide you through the action this evening alongside me will be joining the Team England coach Lucas Warburton here at the London Sportstock Arena. This is the climactic event for what has been a fantastic weekend of National Championship wheelchair basketball action. It's honestly been incredible to be part of such an amazing atmosphere. You can feel it. It's electric in the arena, and what a time it's been with some of the games we've had so far. We'll go over those in a few moments' time, but as we get our players to head towards their sparkly entrance tunnel with fireworks galore, presented by our brilliant sports presentation team, Dave Rogers, and the brilliant DJ Waite as well. We'll have a look at those starting lineups for you, starting with, I believe, London Titans, our home team. So at 0 is Emmanuel Filston. At 3, Tyler Saunders. At 4, Jude Hamer. At 8, Andrew Weeks. At 10, A.D. Adepan. Also at 11, Matt Seeley. 12, Christy Gregan. 13, Beth Wheeler. 17, Chris Weeks. 32, Landre Solwami. And 40, Jack Perry, as we look towards CWBA, our next team in this playoff final here in London town. We'll have a look at CWBA at 7, Tom Smith. At 18, Dan May. At 24, Sam Mack. At 27, Jake Robinson. At 28, Elliot Hardman. At 35, Liam Hassel. At 38, Kayla Bell. At 41, Jack Long. At 45, Dipan Sharma. And at 47, Ben Johnson-Rolfe. As our teams enter the court now from their entrance area. It's been a fantastic couple of days here in London. British wheelchair basketball, one of the most highly anticipated growing sports across the country. And it's amazing to be with you live on BBC Sport. And what a day it's been. Just before this game, we had the Women's Premier League final. Loughborough Lightning competing the perfect season, 11-0, 73-64. A brilliant final it was between those two. And of course, Div 1, Div 2, Div 3 action as well. And now here, the Premier Division National League playoff final. CWBA and London Titans. London coming onto the court, your home team here at the East London Sports Dock Arena in front of a capacity crowd, and it's been electric. It's safe to say that. It's safe to say that for sure. We're just under 5 minutes until tip-off here in the arena between these two sides, who had two massive wins yesterday in those semi-finals. CWBA with a 95-70 win. London Titans 60 to Mohawks' 46. Really big performances from these sides here in the final semi-finals to book their place in the Premier League Division final. London Titans, CWBA on the way with you next. The starting lineup for both these sides: at 0, Emmanuel Filson. At 3 for London Titans, as well as Tyler Saunders. At 11 will be Matt Seeley. At 13 will be Beth Wheeler, who just played in the previous game to this. How much will that fatigue set on her? And at 40 as well, Jack Perry, who has joined us on these commentary streams once before as well. Also from CWBA, your starting lineup will be at 7, Tom Smith. At 18, the Welsh international Dan May. At 24, Sam Mack. At 27, Jake Robinson. And at 35, Liam Hassel. I'm joined alongside in the commentary booth by one man who's going to be taking a particularly keen interest in both these sides. Is Team England coach, Mr. Lucas Warburton. Lucas, we have had an incredible day so far, haven't we?
We really have. We've been in for a treat those first two games that we've had this afternoon, and hopefully this Premier Division final is going to follow suit.
And what can we expect to see from these two sides? Because these are two sides that aren't just organisations, aren't just basketballing sides. These are institutions in their respective areas.
Yeah, London Titans have been basically the same core group of players have been in and around this London Titans team for as long as I've been in the sport, with a few new additions that are bring a bit of youth to the squad. Coventry have always been based in youth as long as I've been around the sport, and the following suit, the Premier Division final, with a very young team here today.
And CWBA have arguably took some of the most exciting rising talents in the game, the likes of Dan May, the likes of Sam Mack, who really could see this as a breakout moment in this final.
Yeah, Sam Mack's been in and around GB Junior squads. He's played in Europe, in Spain, so this is another chance to have another great performance here. And especially like Jake Robinson as a 1.5 player, he's such a dangerous shooter from behind the screen. He can play like that today. The Coventry are always having a chance of winning.
And I'm sure we'll hear more of how the England camp is setting for a very busy summer. We are privileged to have Lucas Warburton with us. Apparently only 2 days off over the next few months or so. He's going to be up to the rafters in wheelchair basketball. But what a way to kick off his summer with you on BBC Sport and me, as we look towards some expert wheelchair basketball action. And if there's anything like the last final, I don't think any of us are going to have any voices left after this.
I know we've got 40 minutes ahead of us and I've barely got a voice left as it is.
I think we hit it a little too hard. At one point, Lucas Warburton was about to throw me over the commentary booth out of the arena. He got that excited. As we look towards the action then in just a few moments' time, live from London, the East London Sports Dock. These two sides stacked full of rising talent. You know, you look at the London Titans side, there's a few players in there to watch out for, like Jack Perry. Used to that international level, can bring some experience to the side.
Yeah, Jack Perry is such a quality player. He loves to control the tempo of the game with the ball in his hands. He can hit shots from outside, post-up shots, and he always enjoys creating for his teammates as well.
So we're almost set underway for our final game here at the National Championships weekend. Here we go then, underway the starting lineups once again. 0 for London Titans. Emmanuel Filson, who did some great link-up play with Jack Perry, who's also starting at number 40 in that semi-final. Also at number 3 will be Tyler Saunders. At 11, Matt Seeley. And at 13, Beth Wheeler. For CWBA, your starting lineup once more. Tom Smith at 7, Dan May at 18, Sam Mack at 24, Jake Robinson at 27, and at 35, Liam Hassel. Again, another young player, Liam Hassel, one to watch out for in this.
Yeah, he's such a great shooter, Liam Hassel. If he's anywhere inside that, not even inside the 3-point line, in that offensive court, he's a danger. He's somebody who's got to immediately jump for the full 40 minutes.
Dan May, a player to watch out for. He bagged himself a trophy earlier this season at the Bucks competition for his university. And Sam Mack, the Welsh international, always one of those players that are gritty and fight for the ball. As London Titans come on, who are stacked full of experience, but also a young side in themselves, arguably in their peak, in the likes of Jack Perry, Beth Wheeler as well. This is going to be an intriguing matchup between these two. Beth Wheeler's going to have to bounce back really quickly after that tough loss in that last Women's Premier League final. She's probably going to be playing a lot of minutes in this London Titans team. Yeah, she played a lot of minutes yesterday as well. I think overall, if we put all the minutes together of the whole weekend, she'd be one of those ones with the most in form already. So we get underway then. Sam Mack on the ball for CWBA Coventry, or the Crusaders as they're known as well. But who's going to get us out the gate here at the East London Sports Dock Arena? Straight away, CWBA.
Yeah, great start for CWBA there, Coventry. Tom Smith's usually a player you want in and around the key, but if he's knocking down shots like that, it's going to be a tough game for London.
And if you hear a big voice coming from the CWBA fans, that'll be Sam Mack's mum and dad, who are always know. I turn to Lucas with the look there, knowing that they are loud and proud.
Yeah, whenever I've played against the teams involving those players, the crowd are always very, very, very loud.
Just when you thought it couldn't get louder after our previous final. Straight through, found that gap. No one contested him there, Lucas.
Yeah, London are trying this little bit of a high line that worked so well against Mohawks today. So far, it's not managed to work out there. And one for Manny Filson there. Perry found him inside on the mismatch, and he knocks down the shot with one more to come.
First time to the line in this game then. Straight in, gets full advantage of the 3 points. Another thing to watch out for from this London Titans side, they really had a prolific bit of form in the semi-finals between Tyler Saunders and Jack Perry. They could be key for London Titans in this, against a quick, vibrant and young CWBA side.
Yeah, that's the sort of shot that London Titans will be settling for. You want to keep Tom Smith out the key and make sure it's not Liam Hassel or Jake Robinson shooting that shot.
Looks to take it round, backs off for the 3, lands it!
And I think he also asking for a foul there. It did look like a little bit of chair contact there from Tom Smith on Tyler Saunders, but he knocks the shot down anyway.
So we continue once more through Liam Hassel. Another name in British wheelchair basketball that's used to finals like this and used to linking up for baskets like that.
Yeah, Jake Robinson knocks it down. He's known throughout this league as a lethal catch and shoot player from behind the screen, and he shows just why there. Matt Seeley's unable to get the shot away, to fall that time. Matt Seeley's played with GB at numerous levels, including in London 2012 Paralympics. And the forced turnover there by Filson, applying the pressure to Jake Robinson as he rolls out of bounds. It's another quick foul there. Again on Philson, who's going to go to the line for 2 this time. %, for the line so far for Manny Philson, 2 for 2.
Couldn't quite get the third though that time round. 6 apiece then, early doors here in the first. Once again, a big thank you to you for joining us on BBC Sports. Live wheelchair basketball. Some of the biggest names on the court right now within the game as well. When it comes to those Paralympics, those World Championships, those European Championships as well, these are the kinds of names that you'll be seeing on that sheet. And I've already asked Team England coach here beside me who's going to be joining the Commonwealth Games team, but that's a closely guarded secret.
There's no secret to be kept just yet. Still up in the air.
So not on double duty today, Coach Warburton on co-cons with myself, but also scouting. Is there places up for grabs? Let's see what these players can do on this court. Goes up May. He does!
Yeah, great patience there from Coventry. They were struggling to create a good look, and eventually Dan May managed to roll to the basket off the little pick on Tom Smith and find him inside for the layup.
Yeah, and Dan May was one of those players who we managed to catch up with quickly just before this game began. We'll hear from him at half-time with a quick basket there from London Titans and Tyler Saunders.
Yeah, great move. He's a quick, strong, powerful player, Tyler Saunders. So in situations like that, it's tough to stop.
He's such a powerful player, isn't he? Straight through. Nobody picked him. He found that gap.
Yeah, there's a lack of communication there. Once Hassel got through, there should have been a call from either Saunders or one of the other defenders who can see what's going on, but allowed Perry to come over and cover, but nobody informed him that Hassel was free and he managed to roll to the basket for 2.
Yeah, it kind of looked like they lost what their role was for a moment there. Perry lines up. And he was getting lots of joy from that position yesterday in that semi-final, but not quite this time. Of course, the closing match here at the National Championships. We have had matches galore on 3 different courts. 10 here just on Central Court. As we get underway once more. Perry lines up, uses his team around him to create the opportunity, and that is what we're going to see a lot from London in this game. They're very tactical in allowing Perry the space to shoot and get the basket.
Yeah, it's such a threat from behind that screen in those sort of areas. He operates so well both down the left and the right side of the key, and again he knocks one down there.
We come around again. Nobody with him, he's got time, nice little dummy. Didn't quite work out though. He's got another chance here for 2. And he's picked up again by Saunders with arguably the biggest arms in the whole of the Premier Division, I think. Absolutely stacked, the power just powering through to get to the basket. Couldn't quite get there. Comes in, blocked.
Yeah, great deflection there from Matsu to deny that wide open layup opportunity.
Takes it, all iron on the end of that.
Yeah, London Titans have done a great job so far. Sheffield Steelers in the other semi-final struggled to take away that sort of shot for Liam Hassel, but London Titans have done a great job early on in this game.
Brings it up court.
And an offensive foul called on Liam Hassel, out of control of his chair.
So welcome if you are joining us for the first time. Wheelchair basketball, an exciting, vibrant sport that can be a little bit rough as well around the edges.
Oh yeah, and because able-bodied basketball is classed as a non-contact sport, a lot of people expect that in the wheelchair game, but it technically is, but there is still a lot of contact allowed.
it's non-contact in inverted commas, I think.
As long as it's the right kind of contact, then that's all that matters.
Yeah, get ready to see some determination and commitment from all these players who head on the court. One of the highlights of the all-inclusive game. Anyone can play, anyone can take part, whether able-bodied or disabled. For example, Jack Perry, a fully able player, but takes up the wheelchair basketball game. Of course, all players have different classifications.
Yeah, Liam Hassel is able-bodied on this court for Coventry. He's a 5-point player. Jack Perry's a 4.5 player. It's at this level. Never in the past, able-bodied players weren't allowed to compete in the Premier Division, but it's changed a few years ago.
Bring the ball forward then, Coventry. Liam Hassel. Going to be a hassle here this evening to get the points for his team. Currently down by 4. Here in the first, just over 2 minutes on the clock. Cross court, that's nice. Oh, I almost deserved a basket for the great vision across the court there. Perry up court. Saunders. Bring it round. Another cross-court pass. Both sides really good at this. And this is what I like about Perry, his quick movement. You saw it there, just that quick change round in direction, which draws the defenders in the wrong positions, allowing for those opportunities to open up for him.
Yeah, he's so good on the ball behind the screen. He reads the space really well, reads the defence really well.
Go from the side once again. 3 team fouls for Coventry at the moment. Don't want to get 5 team fouls here this early on. That basket doesn't land that time. Goes again, London Titans. It falls.
Yeah, great cut on the weak side by Beth Wheeler. Gives her a chance to grab that offensive rebound and put it back in for 2.
So of course every quarter teams allowed to 5 team fouls. After that, every foul automatically results in a free throw to the line for 2. And every quarter, those 5 teams fouls are reset back to nil point. Whoa! A big time 3 here in London.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of shot that, from Coventry's perspective, you want them to be shooting. But from the London Titans' perspective, you need to take that away from him. It gets him into a rhythm, makes him dangerous the rest of the game.
That 3 was almost as far away as the Ricoh Arena from the Sportstock Arena, but straight away, this is what I like about Titans. They're sometimes not flashy. You saw Perry there just sneak behind and get under the basket and right back at you, say Coventry. Really nice movement and positioning we've seen from both these sides so far. Just finding those opportunities and fully taking advantage of them.
Yeah, both of these teams are super mobile and really, really quick up and down the floor. Makes for a high-octane game.
They make it look easy, don't they? Just like that.
Yeah, Saunders on the mismatch. A player of Dan Mayer's size is going to struggle to make any impact on Tyler Saunders in a little post-up shot there.
And this is it. Coventry have really got to use that nimbleness to their advantage. But when you can do that, like Saunders, you can read those passes quickly. You're going to find some joy on defensive end. Perry again. Another 2 from that same position. Coventry don't have any answers for anyone around there at the moment.
Yeah, after a tough game in a semi-final against the Mohawks for Jack Perry, he started off the game really well today, hitting a couple of shots from that mid-range shot behind the screen.
And that is our first quarter break. At the end of the first then, CWBA 15, London Titans 22. Of course, you can get involved with the conversation as well. If you're watching on BBC Sports, if you have any questions, any thoughts, opinions, cheeky selfies as well, send them to us at BritWheelBeeble on Twitter. Or just search for us on all the social media. British Wheelchair Basketball. And this was nice. This is some of the highlights we're seeing now. Commentary, both sides actually, to be honest, really good at just bringing the ball quickly up the field. But this, from coast to coast, brilliant stuff from Hassel there. Almost like no one challenging him at all, and as if he just had no opposition to play against. Perry, though, shots all day long, driving it to that baseline again and again and again. And there's another 2.
Yeah, such a strong start from Jack Perry in this opening quarter. He's got 8 points on 4 of 6 shooting, and he's already got 6 assists in this opening quarter.
And that's the man for me you got to watch out for, is Tyler Saunders just there. He's going to rise above the defensive end and pull off those shots with that massive 3-pointer there for Coventry too. So teams just about ready to get back underway once more here at the Sportsdock Arena. Been a fantastic couple of days at the National Championships 2022. It's brilliant to see the wheelchair basketball community all descend on London Town from the Sportsdock Arena. Big thank you to the guys at UEL for having us here. Of course, London Titans in their prestigious Premier Division final, hoping to bring Titan pride to London as the home team. BBC Sport on the BBC iPlayer as well. Perry now. Titans. Cross court. Thunderous pass. Goes up. Oh, made it look easy. It almost floated into the basket like a gentle cloud for 2.
Yeah, Matt Sealy is such an experienced player, and those are the shots that London will be wanting. When the defence rotates, there's not much Coventry can do about that if Matt Sealy is going to knock down those wide open shots.
Yeah, nice basket there. Almost right back at you from Coventry. Didn't really have the stability there to pull off the shot.
He took that shot thinking there was going to be a foul called. Tom Smith went into the back of him, but the ref didn't see what Jack felt and what I saw. So the shot was missed, but there's been a turnover, so it's back with London.
Brings the ball up court once again. Oh, all net on the end of that for Titans.
Yeah, Perry so far in this game is absolutely controlling the tempo, getting any shot he wants, and also creating shots for his teammates. 7 assists to go along with his 10 points. Such a good defensive possession there from the London Titans, not allowing Coventry any space in that half-court set.
Doesn't quite fall.
Almost another flawless defensive possession there for the London Titans. Did really well to rotate. Jack Perry covered really hard to take away that shot from Robinson, but as he fell out, the ref saw some contact and blew his whistle.
Quick discussion there as we have a double substitution for London, for Coventry, sorry, even. and it looks like we're going to have Jack Long coming onto the court as one of those subs to join us alongside Elliot Hardman. Adding a bit of height to the team, it has to be said. Especially when you've got the likes of Saunders reaching out with that large wingspan for the ball.
And a 3-second violation there called against, I think it was Matt Seeley, who went from one side to the other without leaving the key after a 3-second period.
And he was right there with him. That experience shining through there.
Yeah, that was not the right pass there from Jack Long, young and inexperienced player. Didn't recognise that the pressure Tyler Saunders was applying was too much for Hassel to receive that ball.
Yeah, Tyler Saunders literally put his face right into him.
And then it leads all the way down the other end for an easy layup for Matt Seeley. And a shooting foul called against Matt Seeley. Hardman was posting up, fading away, and Matt Seeley caught him on the arm.
Hardman to get to the line. No one to come. Couldn't quite get the second. Titans pick up the rebound, and Coventry can't afford to give those cheap rebounds away like that.
Yeah, they're already at a 13-point deficit. If it carries on like that, it's going to be it could be getting away from them.
Some beautiful movement inside the key there from Titans, finished off by Filston.
There's another easy pick and roll occurs with Jack Perry behind the screen. Nice pick from Filston as the defence jumped out, and it allowed Perry to a simple pass inside, and Manny could finish the wide open layup.
Yeah, London Titans just so mobile, so nimble in their attacking phase. Perry brings it up, finds Filston again.
So another nice assist there for Jack Perry into Filston again. They've got an almost psychic connection, those two.
On his own for two, gets it.
Yeah, that's the first time in this game that Liam Hassel's managed to find himself with any bit of space, and he knocks it down.
Perry to bring it forward again for the Titans. Falls. And that is a timeout called for Coventry, and I think it was definitely needed.
Yeah, London Titans have made a hell of a run to start this quarter. 12 points to 0, sorry, to start this quarter, and 12 points to 2, sorry, pardon myself. And it just needed to get that little bit of composure back in it. Otherwise, this game could be over by the half. If Coventry can claw it back to a 10-point game at half time, that is something they've got to focus on. It's those little wins that you have to pay attention to, really.
Bit by bit, building back into this one. Backs against the wall for this young Coventry side at the moment, but still plenty of time left on that board here at the National League Premier Division Final.
Yeah, Jack Perry's been so influential in this 12-2 run in this quarter. He's currently standing on 12 points, shooting 6 for 10 from the field, with 10 assists and 6 rebounds. So he's another one that we've got to watch for. Triple-double alert after one earlier in the previous game at the Women's Premier League by Robin Love.
And there are some big players in both these sides. You could easily see another runaway result like Robin Love did in that semi-final of the Women's Premier League. Few big name international stars in the ranks of both these sides, and stars of the future, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, the big difference is London Titans are currently shooting 64% from the field versus 40% from the field for the Coventry CWBA.
And let's be honest, if you're getting over 50 into the 60s, that's what you want to hear.
Yeah, 55 and above is the sort of target you're aiming for, at least. And if you're above that, then you're on to a chance for a winner. So shooting 8 for 20 for Coventry, you need to up those numbers.
Yeah, really profitable afternoon for London at the moment. Coventry just need to make more of these chances. They're finding a way through the outside of the key at the moment, just about breaking in. But again, this tough defence of London Titans.
Yeah, it's such impressive defence from the London Titans, keeping the CWBA all the way out the 3-point line. They can't get anywhere near the key.
And this is the thing, when you look at how this game's gone so far, if you didn't show the score, it looks like it should be quite even between these two. I wouldn't say either side are playing amazingly well or amazingly bad. It's pretty level pegging, but London Titans are just being efficient every single time they go up to the key at the opposite end.
It just feels like it isn't a runaway game, but London are completely in control. Their defence is just so, they're too mobile, too physical, and Coventry can't do anything about it.
That's the key, isn't it? It's that mobileness, that nimbleness, and the physical presence they have over the Coventry team.
Yeah, exactly. Coventry are by no means a slow team, but they're very mobile themselves. But it's this experience as well as the mobility that London Titans have that is really causing trouble to CWBA.
And because of that physical dominance as well, it almost doesn't allow the skills that Coventry use to link their team together in a very kind of poetry emotion way sometimes in their play, all working together as a team, bringing the ball forward from pass, using almost, as they would say in football terms, tick-a-tack-a tactics. But they can't do that against a team like London, who are too physical.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, that's exactly the thing. When you're spending 16, 18 seconds just to get to where you want to be, there's not much you can do once you're then tired. As Beth Wheeler knocks down the shot right in response to Jack Long hitting a post-up over the previous play.
And exactly, you count how long that basket was there for Coventry and how long it was for London, and that is the key to this game so far. Yeah,
it's so easy. It just feels so easy for London Titans to create any chance at scoring, whereas in Coventry spending the majority of the offence just to get into a good position, never mind to create a good shot.
And that's nothing down to the quality of Coventry, that's just down to the tactics and physicality of London.
And then an offensive foul there by Harden as well, struggling to shoot the ball, and then they can't afford to give the ball away in turnover situations like that. 9 turnovers already, for CWBA versus just 3 for the London Titans.
Yeah, things not looking too rosy for CWBA at the moment. London, another one for London Titans.
Yeah, London Titans right now are just firing on all cylinders, getting whatever shot they want and knocking it down without hesitation.
But how do you play this side, Wolverton? What would you be saying to these players, calling a timeout right now? What would you be saying to get Coventry back into this?
Just a little bit of composure in the half-court offence, because that's where they're struggling. They need to, something I learned from a previous coach, for a coach of mine, something called dead time. When the clock stops, that's your chance to get up and down the floor, to get into the places you want to be, rather than trying to do it once the ball's in play.
Getting yourself in those positions, and that's a nice position there for a 2 for CWBA.
Yeah, another nice shot from Jack Long, player with a good bright future ahead of him. It's dangerous from those mid-range spots, and he knocks it down and shows why.
Come forward again. Saunders still wants to bring it up full. Experience at the back again. Doesn't quite land it though. Long range 2.
That is just the difference between these two teams and the games they played in the semi-final. Yesterday, London Titans ended up winning quite comfortably, despite a poor shooting show from Matt Seeley and Jack Perry. Whereas then Coventry really shot the ball really well. For example, that last shot from Elliot Hardman hit 3 of those in a row yesterday and not able to knock it down this time.
As they always say, it's whoever turns up to the final on the day in some cases.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And you can have a hell of a game in the semi-final, but if you can't recreate it on more than one occasion, then it's tough to win any final.
Form flies out of the window, and arguably you see it all the time. In our previous match on BBC Sport, if you did see it, the Women's Premier League final, Robin Love had an amazing semi-final, but lightning didn't strike twice for her for Loughborough. She had a fairly quiet game by her standards, Robin Love.
That feels very harsh to say, considering she had 20 points, 17 assists, 11 rebounds, triple-double.
But maybe it's because we're expecting so much, 25 points and 25 assists in the previous game.
I think she still created really well, and especially in the second half, she shot the ball quite well, and she got a lot of transition. She just didn't shoot as well from the perimeter as she did yesterday.
I know we're being harsh. She had honestly a landmark game, and it just proves it that we're talking about it here because there was something special. And if you do get a chance to have a look at that highlights package again, do so.
Yeah, another good defensive possession here from London Titans, forcing up Hassel to have a really tough shot contested, and this game looks like it could be slipping away from CWBA.
Half-time on the horizon, arguably at the right time for CWBA. They need to go back to the drawing board. They need to pull something out of a hat and a bag. And they need to work on how they stop this towering presence of London Titans.
Yeah, that's one that Coventry have got away with there. To the left, really experienced, talented player, Matt Seeley wide open, and fortunately for them, he couldn't knock it down.
Another nice movement there from CWBA, and if they are going to get back in this game, there's going to be movements like that from that area where they're getting a lot of joy at the moment. Yeah,
Jack Long's come off the bench, hit 6 points, shooting the ball really well, and he's the main threat so far in this Coventry team, because the likes of Hassel and Robinson have struggled.
Yeah, you look at the field goal percentage, 61% for London at the moment, 44 for Coventry. And that is the buzzer for the half-time break. 41 London Titans, 23 CWBA in the National League Premier Division. Warburton, they need to get back to the drawing board for this one. There's been a few things that have worked. They need to do more of that, and they need to just drag themselves back into this one.
Yeah, I think the main focus for Coventry has got to be those little wins. You can't expect to win the game in one play, but if in the 2-minute spell you can focus winning 6-2 or 8-4 or 6-4, and you can do that in every 2 minutes, that's a good way to start clawing the way back into this game.
Well, it started off well, as we can see here. Good basket early on for Coventry as they bring it up court once again. There was a few highlights that we saw from them. They had their bursts of magic, their bursts of moments, tactical play like that, which is what they're known for, using the best of the court, using every inch of it, and they need to do that here against this towering side, else the likes of Jack Perry are just going to score baskets all day long like that.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes, it was a really tight game, nip and tuck either way, but London in the back end of that first quarter managed to extend the lead to 22-15, and then this second quarter is really where London Titans have been quite imperious. Won this quarter 19-10, which extended that lead to 16 points.
Coventry again here, coming back at you with a big time three. That was needed to keep it within touching distance, but from there it kind of turned into one-way traffic. London using that home court advantage to just edge themselves forward with the like of Saunders and Perry. 13 points for Perry, 12 for Saunders in this game so far from that baseline position each time to get themselves on that scoreboard. But then you followed up with supporting cast, experienced players, the likes of Matt Seeley there, and of course Emmanuel Filston as well, completing the 5 who have been really well so far alongside Beth Wheeler in this one.
Yeah, that combo of Perry with either Filston or Saunders has caused so much damage to this Coventry team. They've found no way to stop this pick and roll.
But Coventry still there with moments like that, tactics still working together, moving the ball across the court for long range shots like this. This is how they're going to get back into this one.
Yeah, they've had no success at getting the ball inside, so they're going to have to start shooting effectively from long range, and that'll allow them then, if they can do that, to start getting those easy inside looks.
As we head back to the court, it's been an electric atmosphere so far. Saunders enjoying that last shot on court at the moment. The Leicester Rider cheerleaders joining us here at the British Wheelchair Basketball National Championships weekend. Your sports presentation entertainment organised by the brilliant DJ Waite as well, who's been bringing the atmosphere alive here at the Sports Dock Arena in London. So we'll be back then with your second half live on BBC Sport. Team England coach Lucas Warburton, myself, David Waldridge, will bring you that second half of the National League Premier Division playoff final between CWBA and London Titans next. We are then finals day in front of a capacity crowd at the Sports Dock Arena. How are you feeling ahead of the game?
Good. I think we're all in pretty good shape. I think last minute preparations to go now, but we've put the work in, so we're ready to go.
And that's key to what you said there. You put the work in. Your side really do work well in terms of linking together, everyone working for each other.
Yeah, I think that's huge. I think it's something we really focus on in training, to make sure that we all have each other's backs and help each other to be as good as we can be.
And finally, how are you feeling in front of this game, and what can we expect to see from you guys this afternoon?
I think it's going to be a really good game. I think both sides have played really well up until now, so I think it's going to be a good fight.
Well, a massive good luck to you and the rest of London Titans.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
So I'm here with Dan May, a big final ahead of you at such a young age. You're used to this level of finals, and just another one for you to add on to.
Sorry? Say that again.
I was saying that you're used to finals like this.
Yeah.
So it's another one to add to your record so far, but how's this one different?
This is our first time as a club competing in the Premier Division final, so it's massive for us. A little anxious, but very much looking forward to the game. It's going to be a really good one to play.
Well, as a club, it is the first one ever, and it's the culture that's been built in Coventry with your side, that everyone plays together. There's no stars in this team. It's a workhorse team.
Very much so. We all put the effort in, getting up and down the floor, working for the right shots. We've developed a lot over recent years, being promoted to the Premier Division a few years ago, and now we're here in the final. It's an excellent team to be a part of.
It's a capacity crowd as well here at the Sports Dock Arena. Dan May, how are you feeling? How's the dressing room feeling heading into this one?
Buzzing, honestly. We're all really, really excited to get going, and can't wait for tonight.
Well, massive good luck to you, and have a good game.
Thank you very much.
Inspire Your Generation is a programme that's been funded by Sport England and the National Lottery, and it's about bringing the sport of wheelchair basketball to local people in their local communities. So the Community Activators have been delivering sessions of an inclusive programme to be able to introduce the sport to new participants who have never played wheelchair basketball before. Wheelchair basketball is an amazing, fast-paced, exciting sport, which is just a leveller.
It gets able-bodied people and disabled people together on a level playing field, and it's just such an amazing sport that I think everyone should try it.
You can just jump in a chair for the first time, you can jump in a chair for the 10th time, whatever that may be, and just being able to enjoy the sport in an inclusive, fun and safe environment. So if you were considering playing wheelchair basketball for the first time, I'd suggest you get onto inspiregeneration.com, find where your local sessions are, come along, don't worry about the equipment, it'll all be there. Don't worry about the coaching, the best coaches will be there. Just come, have a good time in a fun, safe environment and play this amazing, inclusive sport of wheelchair basketball.
I'd always been sporty back in the old two-leg days, and then post-cancer, post-amputation, it was my dad who encouraged me to get back into sport and try wheelchair basketball, and I was terrible at first. However, I soon fell in love with it and I haven't looked back.
The thing about wheelchair basketball for me when I first tried it was that it made me feel like a kid again. After I lost my leg at the age of 10, up until I discovered wheelchair basketball, at any kind of sport or movement I was at a disadvantage until I got in the sports chair. The second I got in the wheelchair basketball chair, it was like being free again.
I think one of the biggest benefits, and it was one of the benefits for me as well, is you forget about a disability for the time being, and it just makes you more confident, and it really broke me out of a shell and changed me completely, and I know that it could do the same for many other people.
I had a motorbike accident. During my rehab, I was laid on my back for 4 months straight. Luckily enough, attached to the hospital, is a sports hall where the Sheffield Steelers play. And I thought to myself, as soon as I'm ready and able, I'm going to go down and give it a go.
I think it's just thrilling to be in a chair that you can go so quick in and to dribble a ball around people, and it's such an amazing feeling that you're equal to everyone else.
Whatever team that you play for, whether it's Junior League or your local team, it's just the family that you'll make. Every team becomes your second family. The friendships, you'll always have people there for you that go through similar struggles as yourself.
Once I had my accident, I thought that my life was over. Wheelchair basketball helped me discover that that's not true. Do you know what I mean? All you have to do is just take the first step, getting out there and trying something. Maybe you need that push to get going, but once you do get going, you never stop.
I grew up as an able-bodied girl and I played every sport imaginable, and I had an accident when I was 16. I soon realised through my recovery that sport was a massive part of my life and I wanted to get back into it, and I found wheelchair basketball, and honestly I've never looked back since.
You know, I was always known as, you know, the girl that couldn't do sport, or the girl that had to sit out and take the notes or the times and whatever, and finding that sport where I could do that and be the same as everyone else just allowed me to be happy, really come out of my shell, become more confident, and just, you know, prove that having a disability doesn't stop you from doing anything.
Having something like Inspire a Generation is critical for me because it gives people an opportunity to actually go and try sports, and it's like really out in the public, like the public eye. So I think it's really important.
So hello there once again. We are back live on BBC Sport for your second half here at the London Sportstock Arena, the final day of the National Championships, your National League Premier Division playoff final between London Titans and CWBA. My name's David Waldridge. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm joined by Team England coach as well alongside me, Coach Warburton. Coach, we have seen some pretty impressive play from both these sides at the moment, but London definitely out on top in the third.
Yeah, they're just creating so many good looks in and around the key. Coventry don't seem to have an answer for them on the defensive end for to stop London scoring when they want.
So they go forward once again. Didn't quite land it there. Goes up. Lands it!
Yeah, they're the sort of baskets that CWBA definitely need in this second half, getting good looks from pick and rolls.
Battle in the mid-court between Titans and Coventry here. So London Titans on the ball here through Jack Perry, who's had an amazing game so far. 15 points to his name. Can he get a few more on the board? Yes, he can. 17 for him in this game, bringing his total up for his side. 29 points.
Yeah, that was a lovely move there by Jack Perry to get to the spot that he wants and knock it down.
Go again with these two sides. Bringing up court, this player had a pretty decent last quarter, to be honest with you, as he passes cross court. Jack Long. Couldn't quite get there. Coventry go again. And this is what they weren't doing in the first half, picking up their offensive rebounds to recreate those opportunities like that. Gets a basket and goes to the line for one.
Yeah, Jack Long again manages to knock down a layup whilst getting fouled by Tyler Saunders. He goes to the free throw line for one more.
And that's the buzzer for a substitution, but it looks like we're going to wait till the free throw is taken. They did sound for it. Is that going to wait for a moment? Takes full advantage of the 3-point play, the bonus point as well. Now the substitution can happen. Dan May making his way on court, number 18, alongside number 7, Tom Smith. They replace Jack Long as one of the players coming off alongside number 28, Elliot Hardman.
Yeah, that feels like a bit of a strange substitution there for Coventry. Jack Long's at 9 points on 4 for 5. He's the highest scorer for Coventry, and they've taken him out of the game.
Keep your high point scorers in the game, surely, but it seems like there could be somewhat of a little bit of a plan there.
Yeah, they brought Tom Smith on to try and get a bit more size on the court, but the main thing is in a 15-point lead to try and chip away at this. Not managed to score that much without Jack Long on the court.
So you bring on Tom Smith, but at the same time, you're talking about bringing on the height onto the court. bring on Dan May, who isn't the tallest player on the side, certainly one of the most technically gifted.
Tom Smith just brings that large size, a large wingspan, and can cover a lot of ground, even if he's just sat still with his large reach, so helps bring a bit more presence inside that kit on the offence and defensive end.
Yeah, it was a really nice build-up play actually from London there. Didn't get a basket in the end, but very experienced and composed. Coventry now trying to find a way into deeper within the key, but as they go deeper, that's a risk they run, being caught out by London and Tyler Saunders.
Yeah, that was great defensive rotation there. They jumped out. Saunders had rotated to one side and he managed to get himself back into the air, deflect the pass, and then it goes out of bounds for a Coventry ball.
We start again. Sam Mack lays off that pass, but out of time on the shot clock that time round for Jake Robinson. A lot of joy from this position in the semi-final and in the playoff final here this evening too. Finds a pass to Wheeler, doesn't quite fall.
Yeah, that was nice patience from Perry to work behind the screen. It created the 2-on-1 opportunity. It meant Wheeler was left open at the top, but he unfortunately just couldn't knock it down.
Oh, nice find. Thought he was going to go for the shot, but didn't. Picks up the rebound, can go again. And this is the problem we've seen from Coventry. They take slightly too long, but could be made to eat my words.
Yeah, great patience from Coventry. Couldn't create anything for the first 22 seconds of the offence, but as the seconds tick down, Tom Smith finds a lane to the basket, takes the inbound pass and makes the bucket. Nice little post-up stop there from Tom Smith. He's doing exactly what he's brought on to do. Puts him over a smaller player, knocks it in off the glass.
For CWA with that big 95-70 win in the semi-final. London Titans with a basket here, 60-46 in their semi to book themselves here in the playoff final.
Yeah, that's 19 points from Jack Perry on 9 of 14 shooting. He's having a great game today.
Nice find for Coventry.
Yeah, that was a great bullet pass there from Hassel into the cutting Sam Mack, who manages to finish the reverse layup with his right hand.
Just working the ball a bit better in this quarter, Coventry. Doesn't land. Can go with a rebound here and go for a breakaway of their own. A good turnover if they can get a basket. Right in the paint. Unlucky. Goes again, goes up, doesn't land it. One more time. Third time's a charm for Tom Smith.
Yeah, Coventry really got away with one there. Not only did they not cover to stop the Jack Perry roll when he missed it, they managed to get multiple opportunities at a basket there, and Tom Smith finally makes it count.
And that is the first timeout called by London in this game. Looking a little bit nervy as Coventry are pulling themselves back in once more.
Yeah, they managed to bring it down to a single point deficit. They're going to be hoping to get it down to maybe 5 if they can to go into the final quarter. That keeps the game just in touching distance.
So the deficit then being brought back into touching distance, some would say, for Coventry here, doing really well. They almost looked like they were kind of falling off the edge slightly at the end of the second, but really look like they're building on something here in the third.
Yeah, they come out really quickly in this third quarter on a 13-6 run. So hopefully they're going to be able to extend that run in this quarter and claw back this 9-point lead.
Yeah, London almost looking as if they weren't expecting this kind of fight from Coventry come the third quarter. But this is a playoff final. Of course you're going to get a bit of fight. Of course you're going to get a bit of tussle.
Yeah, another bit of a getaway there for Coventry. They left Matt Seeley wide open and he couldn't convert the layup.
But it all matters if you can make the best of your chances at the opposite end, and that time got caught out. On his own, lanes it up. 2.
Yeah, there was lack of defence there from Coventry. Tyler Saunders was left wide open on the elbow and he managed to knock it down.
I think in fairness they were focusing on limiting his options, but whilst doing that, forgot that he could actually shoot from that distance.
Yeah, it's too easy for a player of Tyler Saunders' quality from that range.
Sam Mack to bring the ball at court. 11-point game. 9-point game, sorry, did the maths. Just over 3 on the clock. I've done some maths there that are completely wrong, but we'll get away with it. Let me off. From the sideline then Coventry, CWBA. Falls off the basket, didn't quite land it though.
Yeah, great rebound by Wheeler as Dan May was putting under considerable amount of pressure that rebound. Excuse me.
Lines it up. Gets the basket as well. It's almost a carbon copy of what we saw just before. .38 in this one. It's been a full-on weekend of wheelchair basketball actions here at the Sports Dock Arena. Massive thanks to our hosts and also our streaming provider as well, BBC Sport. Big thank you for joining us live as well.
Great shot there from the top for our Jake Robinson. That's definitely the sort of shot that Coventry need to create more of.
Travelling violation called. I know there'll be some at home, Lucas, who are asking, how can you get a travelling violation in wheelchair basketball? Care to explain?
Yeah, so as you get in the running game, 3 steps is classified as a travel violation. So in the wheelchair game, a push is the equivalent of a step. If you have more than 2 pushes, so you have 3 pushes or more without a dribble, then that is classed as a travelling violation.
And there we go. Of course, if you've got any questions yourself, tweet us at BritWheelBeeble and we'll do our best to answer them all. You've just got some words of encouragement for the athletes on court as well. Of course, if you're inspired by some of those on the court, maybe watching London Titans or CWBA or one of the other competing teams across this weekend, you can get involved this summer in various different ways. Just head to the British Wheelchair Basketball website. Get Inspired initiative, helping bring some of those development pathways to you. And you never know, you could be joining us here next year, 2023, at the National Championship Finals, as we look to inspire a generation, which arguably the groundwork for everything that British Wheelchair Basketball has achieved, the groundwork was laid back in 2012. Really is that Olympic legacy that's built, well, helped build the foundations, I suppose, for British Wheelchair Basketball. to see the success it is now.
Yeah, it just brings a bit more awareness to the sport and to disability sport as a whole. So, yeah, London 2012 did have a great impact.
But of course, it's a success since then for many of our national sides and club sides, as you can see here at the National Championships as well. For more information, just head over to inspiregeneration.com as we're out of time.
That was a great block there from Tom Smith, just to prevent from Jack Perry from getting the shot up there at the end of the shot clock.
Brings up court then. Liam Hassel drops it.
Another great pick and roll there from Coventry, creating the wide open layup for Tom Smith off jumping Liam Hassel.
Couldn't quite land the wrong range. Brings it all the way. Up court, looking for options. Finds it under the basket. Nice for CWBA.
Yeah, another big finish from Tom Smith. This time drawing the foul as well. With a chance to make it a 3-point play and reduce the lead to 6.
Substitution for London with Christy Gregan coming on court. Gregan had a pretty big semi-final, and surprisingly the first time we've seen him in this final. Whips out off the iron. 44-51, just under a minute on the clock here in the third.
Yeah, this is what Coventry brought Tom Smith on. He's got really long reach, he can contest a lot of passes and a lot of shots, but he gets that shot knocked down in his face by Beth Wheeler.
Wow. There's almost a bit of venom on the end of that shot there from Beth Wheeler, who has done amazing, by the way. She's just played in a final before this one and plays again. Of course, many of these athletes play for multiple teams in multiple divisions, and to get more experience, more game time adds their development as player. Moments left here in the third. Doesn't land, and not enough time to make anything of that rebound. CWBA at the break then for the third quarter. 53 London Titans, CWBA 44.
Yeah, that was a really big, important quarter there for CWBA. They won that quarter 19 points to 12, drawing that lead down by 7 points, and now it's on 9-point difference going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, really good job there by CWBA. I think we were maybe a little bit harsh on them at the end of that second quarter at half-time, because they really brought it in the third.
Yeah, a lot of players, a lot of people watching this may have thought that game slipped away, including myself, but such an important third quarter there from Coventry. This game is still in touch going into the fourth.
Absolutely, in basketball that is not a big lead at all. Certainly can be brought down with plays like that. Sam Mack, of course, sneaking around the back to loop over for the layup. As they get that rebound, another replay there for you here. And it has been an amazing weekend as we head into that fourth and final quarter, the final quarter of the National Championships weekend, and arguably one of the biggest of all time we've had here.
Yeah, when this date's announced at the start of the year, this is the weekend that everybody looks forward to, and even more so this year with the addition of the Women's Premier Division, and it's capped off with a great final earlier on between Loughborough Lightning and East London Phoenix.
Yeah, massive final it was, that Women's Premier League final. You can check out the replay of that over on the BBC iPlayer and on the British Wheelchair Basketball YouTube pages as well, as we head back to the National League Premier Division clash between CWBA and London Titans. But of course, we've had loads of teams compete, Division 3, Division 2, Division 1, basically everybody that is part of the wheelchair basketball community has ascended here to East London for this brilliant 2 days of non-stop wheelchair basketball action. And it all comes down to this, the fourth and final quarter. Five games a day here on the live stream, and of course other games going on court 2 and court 3.
And we are starting off the quarter with a technical free throw. I'm unsure the reason why. Maybe is the delay of coming back on court. I must have missed something there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I missed that as well. I didn't quite see why that was given. Certainly helps though, having to cause the commentary to get back in to this one.
Great ball movement there from Coventry. A lovely couple of extra passes there, especially with Sam Mack kicking out to Dan May, wanting to knock down the shot off the backboard.
And a chance of defence echoing around the Sportsdog Arena. I'm not sure if you can hear that at home on BBC Sport, but certainly Coventry fans vocal as always here in London as they look to bring it forward once again. This could be nice. Nicely set up, and the big man under the basket for two.
Yeah, great move to get Tom Smith inside there, and a nice lead pass from Jake Robinson. It's 18 points for Tom Smith on 9 for 12 shooting.
And down to a 6-point game as well. Now, if CWBA can get a basket here, this could be interesting.
Yeah, great move there by Sam Mackers, who's falling out. He managed to make the pass before he landed. That means Coventry retained possession as opposed to a turnover. Oh, did he call? I think he must have called a foul there.
Yeah, it looked a little bit more physical than it was supposed to be. I think I would have called a foul there as well.
That was a foul on number 11, Matt Seeley.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what the referee was giving at first, but it's not surprising for the foul. Like Seeley had some say in Sam Mack losing control there. Couldn't quite get the big two. Oh, straight through, no one picked him. If he can pull it off. Taking his time. Coventry really playing to their strengths in this quarter. And the third, and that's nice from Dan May.
Yeah, the pick and roll there between Robinson and Tom Smith made the defence cover away from Dan May, and it allowed him to knock down the wide open shot at the top. But right down the other end, Jack Perry gets into position, finishes the nice little shot just under the basket.
Perry now. 8-point game, just over 7 on the clock. Physical side of London Titans taking on the technical performance of Coventry. Doesn't land, shove the iron. Beth Wheeler for two.
Great offensive rebound there from Beth Wheeler. She rolled in off that pick and roll. Saunders missed the first shot, but she managed to get the rebound and put it back in.
Yeah, it takes her points total to 8 in this game.
And it extends the lead to 10.
back. And looks like we might need a change of wheel quickly. Well, it does happen when you're slamming in the wheelchairs to each other at high speeds and high velocity. These things can happen. Looks like a spoke might have been lost out of one of the wheels there.
I think there's a broken piece of the spindle that goes in the middle that helps fix the wheel to the chair. Something looked broken off that.
Substitution for Coventry, and look at this, bringing on the bigs now to hopefully pick up some of those offensive rebounds in the form of Dipen Sharma and number 28 Elliot Hardman back on court once more. Dan May for two.
Yeah, another great shot there by Dan May. 4 for 4 for the field, 8 points.
Straight in off the backboard for London Titans. Ten-point game, just over 6 on the clock. Bring it in from sideline once more, Jake Robinson. Really leads his team well, Jake Robinson. Definitely one of the stronger voices in the side for me. Under pressure, looking to find his options. Cross court, nice find. Just Smith, shot clock's counting down. Oh, almost for a big three.
Yeah, that's what Coventry have done now. They've gone to the 3 big. They do lose a little bit of mobility with the likes of Mack and Hassel. So it does make that defence for London Titans a little bit easier. And the foul. 1 free throw to come. Tyler Saunders.
Tyler Saunders always looks so calm under pressure. Draws a foul, gets the line for 1. Here we go then. Sharma to bring it up court. For CWBA, Robinson loops it over. That was a brilliant find. Great vision from Coventry.
And another great finish from Tom Smith. It's really showing why he was needed to be subbed back into that game. 20 points now for Tom Smith along with 7 rebounds.
Yeah, big presence in the paint for CWBA. Picks up the rebound, and that's why you bring on the bigs to do those defensive work as well as the offensive too when you want to get back into this one. Coventry. CWBA bringing it forward, cross court. Nice vision, finds Danny Mack. Back with the Mack attack.
Yeah, I thought that was a clear 3-second violation there. He almost sat up a 10 in there.
My mistake, Danny May. It's easy to confuse the two. Sam Mack and Dan May. 2 all-star risers of the wheelchair basketball game. Brings it forward again. Ice cool Saunders on the wall. Oh, what a pass! What a pass!
Yeah, this Coventry defence has just had no answers to try and stop that pick and roll, whether it's with Perry, Saunders or Wheeler rolling to the basket like that. Not had an answer to the pick and roll.
CWBA go for the 2 with the rebounds. Oh, nice work from Robinson.
Yeah, nice shot from Robinson. Struggled a little bit this game. It's good to see that shot drop, because we all know he's capable of lighting up any team he plays against.
Doesn't quite fall.
But it will be 2 shots for Perry to extend the lead. He's now on that triple-double, is Jack Perry as well. 27 points with 2 free throws to come, as well as 13 assists and 10 rebounds. Can't convert the first. But the second is nothing but net, and that extends the lead to 12.
Substitution for Coventry as well. Sam Mack comes on alongside Liam Hassel. And also Jack Long back on the court once more. Trying a different tactic here, trying to switch it up. Coach Hope.
Don't mind the substitution to bring Long in, but I feel like the way Tom Smith played this second half is vital to this Coventry comeback.
He took Tom Smith off, you know, especially because he has been an ever-presence underneath the basket.
At the minute, he's the only Coventry player in double digits. He's got 20 points. Long is on 9, who's just been brought on. Dan Mayer's on 8, the next top scorer.
I mean, I do like the move to bring on Jack Long once again, because I do think he was having a lot of joy in near the end of that second quarter, but to take Tom Smith off is a gamble.
Yeah, Jack Long's got 9 points in 11 minutes at 8% shooting, so you don't mind that, but the way Tom Smith's played and how important it's been inside the key.
Goes through Mack. Oh, just falls alongside of the iron. Goes one more.
Again, no answer for the London Titans pick and roll. Needs to be a little bit more communication with this Coventry defence, and they need to be aware that if they're jumping out on Jack Perry, defence needs to be aware that they're going to need cover from elsewhere.
Yeah, Coventry did really well to pull themselves back into this game, but now they're kind of falling at the wayside, as they did near the end of the second, and you don't want to see that here in the fourth. They've really got to go for it, play those strengths that they've been doing in the third and fourth. Like that, perfect!
Yeah, again, getting inside the key. Nice finish there from Liam Hassel.
Jack Perry. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication there between the Titans.
Yeah, and that's just Perry's first turnover of the game. With 13 assists, that's an unbelievable assist-to-turnover ratio.
Doesn't quite get there. Oh, just enough.
Yeah, great finish from Matt Seeley under the pressure from Jack Long. But again, it's that London Titans pick and roll.
That is a timeout called for Coventry, as there's just over a minute left of this British wheelchair basketball season for 2021 and 2022. As we're starting to come to the end of what has been an incredible 2 days here at the National Championships 2022. A massive thank you to all the officials, volunteers, coaches, athletes that have all taken part and helped us put together this amazing competition. And of course, big thank you to all of those involved with the live stream as well across British Wheelchair Basketball YouTube channels and also the digital medias provided by BBC Sport. A big thank you to you as well, watching at home, getting involved with all the action as well. It's been a pleasure to have you on board and to spend your Sunday with us here on BBC Sport. Who can forget? A big thanks to all of our commentators who have joined us in the booth as well. Dylan Cummings from Scotland, yourself as well, Lucas Warburton, and the legendary Daniel Routledge, all providing excellent content throughout this weekend as well. And of course, a big thank you to our production crew as well, helping bring the scenes to you live from the London Sports Dock Arena. Chris and the guys have been amazing all weekend long, as have many of the athletes taking part, all of the athletes taking part across the National Championships weekend.
Yeah, I'm sure after this weekend the viewers at home are going to be sick of hearing my voice. So they don't have to worry.
Summer of you to come yet.
They don't have to worry, less than a minute left in this game now.
Which I think is good for your own voice, Lucas, as well.
Tell me about it, it's definitely going now.
I'll tell you what, the players are going to be happy though from Team England. You're not going to be able to shower them in training anymore.
I'm not a shower.
Oh, you're one of those strict teachers. It's more worrying when you're silent.
Oh no, it's just firm but fair, as they say.
Firm but fair. Yes, just under a minute to go then, here in London. And we'll have your trophy presentation brought to you by the crew as usual. DJ Waite, his supporting cast. David Rogers as well, and the AMS sports team as well. There's been a capacity crowd all weekend long. There's been constant attendees in the bleachers. I would say pretty much full for most of the weekend as well. Every game, Division 3 right up here to the Premier Division as well. Great stuff to see how wheelchair basketball is growing as a community in Britain. So just over 30 seconds then, Lucas. This game looks like we're going to be seeing it out. What's impressed you most?
Well, first of all, you've got to make a big comment on Jack Perry. 30-point triple-double, shooting 63% along with 15 assists and 13 rebounds. And then you've got to look at, as a whole for London, they've got such good team contributions. 19 points for Saunders, 10 points for Wheeler, and then 8 apiece for Matt Seeley and Manny Filson. Over the commentary, they just really struggled in this game with defending the pick and roll, but Tom Smith been such a positive contribution. And then the young Jack Long, who's only played 14 minutes in this game, but scored really efficiently.
Wow, big basket there. Sorry for the whistle for those headphone users, but yeah, it's been a really nice game here actually, because the physicality of London Titans just too much for that technical play, which commentary, to be fair, have shown in this game. They have played to their strength at times, but that looks like this one is going to be finishing up in the London Sports Dock.
The Titans are going to dribble it out to win by 15 points in the end.
And there we are, the final score, CWBL 59, London Titans 77 in the National League Premier Division. Your champions for 2022, the London Titans. Lucas, we saw these two battle all the way through, two dominant semi-finals, but Titans come out on top here.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's probably the right result over the course of the season. London Titans have been the most consistent team through all the games this season, so I think winning the final to top off a great season of the London Titans is only fair.
And there's been amazing finals all weekend long from all the winning sides and those in the silver medals and gold medals and bronze and 4th places as well. Amazing to see. As we have a look back at the highlights from this particular final, and look, you can see Coventry did grow into this game at time, but maybe that fatigue settling in as they pushed in, and there wasn't much left for the tank for them to take control of the game after pulling themselves back in once more. London Titans again, that experience of physicality as well shown here as Jack Perry finishes off that chance for Titans to get a 2 there.
Yeah, as you said, London Titans experience really is what did it in this game. Like when there was runs from CWBA, they're so experienced to just be able to weather that storm and get the foot back on the gas and take back over the game.
Yeah, great stuff from both these sides. Coventry, a young side in their ranks, a lot of future all-stars there. London Titans, arguably, as we said right at the start, in their prime, and they show it here by adding a trophy to that ever-growing cabinet down here in London town. As we have a look more at Titans, this is exactly what we mean, picking up that rebound again and again and again, uncontested, because that physicality just dominated in the paint. But this was nice from Coventry. This is what we mean by that technical tick-a-tacker play, passing in and out and then picking up the baskets each time. Great stuff from Coventry in this.
Yeah, when they played to the way they can, Coventry looked so good at times, but they just couldn't do it for a long enough time, and that's credit due has got to be due to London Titans. They're the ones that took Coventry out of their rhythm and made it so difficult to score points.
Once again, a big thanks to everyone involved in the British Wheelchair Basketball National Championships 2022, including the ever-present fans that you can hear in the background. They have been fantastic supporting us live here in the arena, as have you at home on BBC Sport. Thank you for allowing us to share in the stream with you and spending your Sunday night with us as well. Don't go anywhere, because our trophy presentation will be with you next, brought to you by AMS Sports, Dave Rogers and the amazing DJ Waite.
To receive their silver medals as runners-up, please show some love for the CWBA Coventry Crusaders. They are Tom Smith, Dan Bay, Sam Mack, Jake Robinson, Elliot Harper, Liam Hassel, Jane Louise Lockwood, Jack Law, Stephen Sharma, and Ben Johnson Roll. And the Crusaders coaching staff of Ali Ho,
So once again, congrats to both our finalists here at the London Sports Dock Arena, finishing off the National Championships 2022. A great effort by CWBA, but in the end it wasn't enough, as London Titans come out with the trophy here and the championship title. As they are presented with that trophy. Camera ready. And of course, a massive thank you to you for joining us on BBC Sport and across the British wheelchair basketball video streams. It's been an amazing weekend with you. Thank you for spending it with us and for all your support in what is the most inclusive sport in the world. And of course, you can get involved as well. Just search for getinspired.com for your local wheelchair basketball team. Division 3, Division 2, Division 1, the first ever history-making Women's Premier League final. And we finish today with new champions in the National League Premier Division for 2022. Thank you for joining us across the streams. We'll see you again in 2023. And a big thanks to all of our supporting cast helping us put together the video stream as well, to bring it to you in your home. It's been a pleasure to spend the Sunday with you. Hopefully we can do it again soon, as we reach the end of your National Championships here in London at the Sports Dock Arena. A brilliant end to a brilliant weekend, but your champions are ready to celebrate, and what a fitting way to finish off the National Championships weekend with your champions for 2022 in the National League Premier Division, the London Titans. Once again, a massive congrats to London Titans. A massive thank you to Lucas Warburton for joining me alongside here in the commentary box. My name's been David Waldridge. It's a pleasure to have been bringing all this action to you. Congratulations to all of our championship winning sides. And thank you for joining us live on BBC Sport as we leave you with your champions for 2022. And hopefully we'll see you again in 2023. Your London Titans.